I'm 42 years old, and today I'm gonna do something a little different. Have you ever thought to yourself, if I could go back in time and have a conversation with my 20-year-old self, these are the lessons I'd pass on? Well, today that is exactly what we are gonna do. So whether you're 20 or 60, these lessons can still change your life. Let's dive into the 15 things I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. Lesson number 1, let go of alcohol. The first thing I'd tell my younger self is to give up alcohol because alcohol has brought nothing positive into my life. While having a drink now and then might seem harmless, it can quickly become a crutch that holds you back financially and personally. According to Recovery Village, the average American spends around $565 a year on alcohol. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Studies show that people who drink heavily are more likely to struggle with impulse control and poor financial decisions. Ben, by cutting it out early, you'll save money, maintain clarity, and be far more productive. And here's another thing to consider. When you drink, you lose 2 days. The day you wasted drinking and the day after recovering. My advice to my younger self is alcohol steals your health, your time, and your wealth. My advice to you is to keep track of how much you spend on alcohol each month and imagine investing that amount instead. Lesson number 2, have a financial vision. The second piece of advice I'd give to my younger self is to have a financial plan and vision. Too many people in their 20s are just going through the motions, living paycheck to paycheck, and I was certainly one of them. Having a financial plan gives purpose to every dollar you spend, and if every dollar has purpose, you'll be much less likely to spend those dollars on things that don't align with your vision. A study by Northwestern Mutual found that people with a financial plan are 10 times more likely to achieve their goals. Let me say that again. 10 times more likely. Start with small steps, budgeting, saving, and investing. Knowing your why behind every purchase will help you resist impulse buys and keep your long-term goals in sight. Lesson number 3, find performance-based work. Third, I tell my younger self to find a job where your compensation is based on your results. A salaried or hourly job is fine, but it often limits your potential. Jobs where you're rewarded for your performance, like sales or entrepreneurship, let you earn in proportion to your effort, skill, and results. When I was in my 20s, I focused on my hourly rate, how many hours I was working, and got excited about working overtime. In reality, I was underpaid to the value I brought to the companies that I worked for. And the reason is that I wasn't in a performance-based position. A Harvard Business Review article highlights that people in performance-based roles tend to have higher job satisfaction and income growth. It teaches that your work ethic and skill development can directly lead to your financial success. Now, here's a thought. Look for roles or side hustles where your income is directly tied to your results. Lesson number 4, forgive your parents. This is a big one. Forgive your parents. Whether they did a great job or made mistakes, holding on to anger or resentment only hurts you. And here's the reality. Everyone's childhood was difficult because we all only have one childhood we know. Studies show that harboring resentment can affect your mental health and even your financial well-being. According to Psychology Today, letting go of family-related grudges can help you feel more at peace, which translates to clearer thinking and better financial decisions. It's about freeing yourself, not them. In my case, I mistakenly held on to a lot of resentment against my mom for far too long. Eventually, I decided to own my mistakes and be accountable for my actions. But my advice to my younger self would be to have done this as soon as possible instead of letting those feelings linger into my mid to late 20s. Start by writing a letter, text, or email of forgiveness to your parents. Even if you never send it, it will start the healing process. Lesson number 5, don't follow the crowd. Next, another important lesson I'd share with myself is to never follow the crowd. Here's why. Because this is what the crowd looks like. As of 2024, and according to Investopedia, 79% of Americans are living to paycheck or have less than a $2,000 emergency fund saved, highlighting a growing financial struggle. Health trends aren't much better, with 42.4% of American adults classified as obese and 73.6% considered overweight, according to the CDC. Job dissatisfaction is rampant, with only 32% of Americans feeling engaged in their work. And in relationships, around 50% of marriages end in divorce, and many more Americans report dissatisfaction in their personal lives. On a broader scale, 85% of Americans admit to being unhappy with at least one major aspect of their lives, be it health, job, or finances. Financial pressures compound these challenges. Again, according to Investopedia, the country is burdened with $17.1 trillion in consumer debt. And a recent survey by Breeze found student loans further complicate the picture, with the average American borrower owing over $37,000. The Federal Reserve has even found that 39% of Americans couldn't even cover a $400 emergency expense. These statistics are somewhat exhausting, but are so important because they illustrate that this is what the crowd looks like. The next time someone is being critical of your vision, your dreams, or goals, or has condescending remarks towards your beliefs, remember who the crowd is. The crowd is full of broke, unfulfilled, overweight, exhausted, poor, and unhappy individuals. Ben, don't you ever follow the crowd or allow them to speak over your life. Lesson number 6, your greatest problems can be your greatest blessings. Life throws curveballs, but often your greatest challenges are what shape you. When you're in the middle of a tough situation, it's hard to see, but these problems can become blessings if you learn from them. A book I highly recommend and have personally read is The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. It teaches that challenges are opportunities in disguise. By reframing difficulties as growth moments, you build resilience and mental strength, which help in all areas of life, including finances. The advice I'd give to my 20-year-old self is whenever you face a challenge, ask yourself, how can I turn this into a blessing? How can this problem make me better? Lesson number 7, learn how to let go. Learn how to let go of negative people, negative behaviors, and negative opinions. Holding on to them only weighs you down. A study from the Mayo Clinic shows that people who let go of grudges and toxic relationships experience lower stress levels and improved mental health, which translates to better decision-making, including financial ones. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and let go of those who drag you down. And sometimes this means that you need to reevaluate who is in your circle. Letting go of someone doesn't mean that you need to make a proclamation that you are no longer allowing them to be a part of your life. It means that you are no longer going to give that person the attention and energy that you have in the past. Well, when you stop doing that, in most occasions, those toxic relationships will evaporate on their own. The advice I'd give my 20-year-old self is make a list of toxic behaviors and people in your life and work on gradually distancing yourself from them. Lesson number 8, win the day with a morning routine. Winning the day starts with winning the morning. A solid morning routine sets the tone for productivity and focus. According to a study by Inc., successful people like Tim Cook and Oprah Winfrey credit their morning routines as a key to their achievements. Whether it's meditation, prayer, exercise, or reading, find a routine that energizes and centers you. By mastering your morning, you take control of the rest of your day. For years and years, I put a label on myself that I wasn't a morning person. This was a limited and false belief. Not only have I become a morning person, I have found that it is my most favorite part of the day. I hit the gym, read my devotional, read a self-improvement book, and visualize my day and my life every morning on top of getting up early. I just wished I started this healthier habit much sooner. So where can you start? Develop a morning routine that includes at least 3 positive habits to start your day off right. Lesson number 9, stop caring about the opinions of others. Wow, this was a big one, but stop worrying about what others think. A lot of people stay stuck because they fear judgment or criticism, but most of the time, people aren't even paying that much attention. A study from Psychology Today shows that worrying about other people's opinions can cause anxiety and lower self-confidence. By focusing on your values and goals instead of seeking approval, you can gain the freedom to make better decisions. I only stopped caring about the opinions of others in my late 30s, and sometimes I wonder what it would have been like to live without this burden starting in my 20s. Lesson number 10, set outrageous goals, but focus on habits. Set big, outrageous goals, but keep your focus on daily growth. Goals are great, but without daily action, they're just dreams. A Harvard business study revealed that people who set specific, challenging goals tend to achieve 10 times more than those who don't. So aim high, but also focus on small, consistent steps every day to get there. Now, I have always believed in goal setting, but what changed was my focus on the daily habits and actions. What I use now to help hold myself accountable is a daily journal. I outline my daily, weekly, annual, and life goals and how I'm making progress each day. My advice to my 20-year-old self would be to first dream big, then set outrageous goals, and follow that up by breaking your big goals into daily tasks and commit to accomplishing them one step at a time. Lesson number 11, become a lifelong learner. Reading and learning every day will change your life. You don't stop learning after school. In fact, that's when it should really begin. A study by Pew Research shows that people who regularly learn new skills or read are more likely to earn higher incomes. Make it a habit to read daily, whether it's books, articles, or even audiobooks. The more you know, the more you grow. When I first started reading, I didn't know where to start, so I started reading biographies. And to my astonishment, I found out that many of the historical people I was reading about were also daily readers. People like John D. Rockefeller, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, and Andrew Carnegie. If they found value in reading, why can't I? The advice I would give to my younger self is to commit to reading at least 10 pages of a book every day. Lesson number 12, choose a partner with values and vision. When looking for a partner or spouse, focus on their values, habits, and vision for the future. Looks fade, but character lasts. A Marriage Foundation study found that couples who shared values and goals are more likely to stay together and be financially successful. Choose someone who shares your vision for life and money. Remember our stat earlier that referenced that over 50% of marriages end in divorce? Well, if you focus on finding someone with shared values, beliefs, goals, and a shared vision, not only will the chances of divorce go down, you will find much more fulfillment in your relationship. Having gone through a divorce myself, I would never question myself on this because of my two amazing kids, but I will take a different approach moving forward. Now, if you're in a relationship, have an honest conversation about long-term goals and values. Now is the time. Lesson number 13, control your response. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Life is unpredictable, and how you react is in your hands. I love this quote by Viktor Frankl that says, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. By choosing a positive and growth-focused response, you take control of your life. Before, when I was in my 20s, I would get mad when things didn't go my way. I would get angry when I didn't get the results that I wanted. Now I tell myself that it doesn't matter what the outcome is, I am going to use whatever the outcome is for my benefit. And I'm going to learn and grow from this experience. The next time you're faced with a tough situation, pause and choose a response that aligns with your values. Lesson number 14, exercise daily. Did you know that physical health is closely linked to financial and mental well-being? A study from the Harvard Medical School shows that regular exercise improves focus, reduces stress, and boosts productivity. By making exercise a daily habit, you're not just improving your body, you're also sharpening your mind and setting yourself up for success in all areas of life. When I was in my 20s, I exercised when I felt like it. I started exercising daily in my 30s, and now in my 40s, I exercise twice a day. Like Coach Prime says, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, they pay good. Advice I'd give to my younger self is make a commitment to exercise every day and not when you feel like it. Lastly, learn the power of gratitude and giving back. Gratitude can shift your mindset and help you see opportunities where others see problems. Studies from Greater Good Science Center show that people who practice gratitude have better relationships, higher incomes, and stronger mental health. And giving back, whether through your time or money, creates a ripple effect that benefits not just others, but you as well. Advice I'd give my 20-year-old self, write down 3 things you're grateful for every day and find ways to give back to your community. And that's it. 15 pieces of advice I'd give to my 20-year-old self. If any of these resonate with you, I encourage you to start implementing them today. It's never too late to make positive changes in your life. If you found this video helpful, comment about what advice you'd give your 20-year-old self. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from these lessons. Thanks for watching American Money 101, and God bless. Until next time.